Welcome back to the show, everybody. This is Beat the Bookie Match Week 35, the show where we bring you our picks and tips and try and make not only us and not only a charity, but you a few quid as well, the viewers. Joining me as always for this, the Mystic Mac, the Dazzler himself. Darren, how are we?
Money, money, money. Yeah, that's what we're after, Niall. I'm all good, pal. It's Thursday morning. I'm feeling fresh as a daisy. And I'm in the humour to make you some money, pal.
Awesome. Excellent. Well, let's have a quick rundown through the fixtures anyway before we get into it. And we start no early one on Saturday, of course, with the championship finishing up on Saturday. So Liverpool has switched to the late kickoff 8:15. We're starting at 3 o'clock. Brentford versus Southampton, Burnley versus Aston Villa, Chelsea versus Wolves, Crystal Palace versus Watford, Brighton versus Man United, Liverpool versus Tottenham. Then into Sunday, Arsenal versus Leeds, Leicester versus Everton, Norwich versus West Ham, and we rounded out with Man City versus Newcastle. Shall I begin?
Where shall we begin?
Where would you like me to begin?
I tell you what.
Or would you like to begin?
I've got 3 for us this week, eh? And each of them goes up a little bit in price. So why don't we start with the lowest priced, and we'll work our way through things as we go on, yeah? How's that?
Sounds good to me.
So for our lovely listeners and subscribers, don't forget to smash that like and share button. Help us grow the channel. I'm gonna throw out a little handicap treble.
Okay.
Little handicap treble.
Unusual bet for you.
Yes. See?
You mustn't have been able to find value in your typical ones.
No, I got some nice value everywhere, I think.
Okay.
I've got two trebles and a fourfold or an accumulator, and I've got a nice little bit of value for everyone. Some good picks, but I just thought I'll do something different. Let's think outside of the box, you know. And what I did was Crystal Palace at home to Watford, minus a goal.
So -1, yeah.
-1. I did West Ham versus Norwich, minus a goal.
Yeah.
And I did Liverpool against Spurs, minus a goal.
I like the sound of that confidence.
And that little cheeky handicap treble pays 20 to 1.
It's not too bad at all. It's decent.
It is, isn't it?
Very, very much could happen. Very much could happen. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And actually, you kind of when you look at the fixtures for this weekend, they're actually the 3 if you were going for a handicap bet that you would probably look at. Yeah, absolutely. I think so. Because I don't think there's no other ones there really. Leicester and Everton's probably going to be tight. Arsenal, Leeds probably going to be tight. Yeah. Maybe you could make a case for City and Newcastle, but again, we don't know what way they're going to react to what happened in the Champions League, so it's probably not worth the risk. Brighton and United will be tight.
And actually, the handicap in the City game is -2.
Oh.
So that's why I steered clear.
Okay.
I wasn't able to get the -1, but the -2 was what they were offering as the typical handicap. When you click on the handicap tab on the bar,
yeah, it's kind of where they start. Yeah.
It's where they start. And City were -2, whereas Liverpool, West Ham, and Norwich were all only -1, which is what I was looking for.
So -2, you would have thought would be a bit of a stretch pending the reaction to last night.
Little bit of a stretch, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Did Chelsea come into the figuring for you for the handicap bet? Chelsea versus Wolves? No.
No, they didn't. But there is some involvement in the bet from Chelsea later on as we go through the show.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Before I continue on with the show, I'd like to take a shout out to some of our new audio viewers who are on our Spotify and Anchor channel at the moment. We have some new listeners, I should say, not viewers, who have come onto the channel from Senegal, the Faroe Islands, and Israel. So welcome to the show. Big shout out to you guys. Thank you for your support. I did a Saturday and a Sunday accumulator because we're spoiled with a little bit of football at the moment. So my Saturday accumulator is Brentford, Burnley, Palace, and Brighton.
Brentford, Burnley, Palace, and Brighton. Okay, yeah.
Brighton against United, of course, at 5:30 is the one that bumps the money. 28 to 1.
Oh, that's not great with all them in, is it?
It's only 4. Palace, you would think, are a shoe-in against Watford. Brentford against Southampton at home.
Yeah, I think Brentford as well. Yeah, absolutely.
I suppose the Burnley and the Brighton one are the ones that probably... I mean, it's not bad. A tenner returns you nearly 300.
Listen, they're both home, but Villa and United will put up a little bit more resistance than I'd be willing to,
The thing I didn't look at, it similar to yourselves on Monday night, I wonder, is this Burnley and Brighton's final home games? I'm not too sure.
I'm not sure either.
Probably not, but I was thinking if it was, maybe they'd want to put on a performance, you know what I mean, for the home fans. But
for the 12 fans that go and watch Brighton and Burnley.
I think it's more than that now, friends. It's not City we were talking about. The Sunday accumulator.
Salty.
Yeah, listen, I was listening to a podcast there this morning with one Rodney Marsh on it, and he turned around and said he was embarrassed for the club that apparently it's come out that they've hired fans to go into the stadium to cause noise and get other fans around them singing. Apparently, did you read this?
I didn't read this.
Apparently, they're calling them football fan influencers, and apparently they're paying them to go. Now, I don't have any proof, but if Rodney Marsh is talking about it, who knows? He was embarrassed for his club.
If that's true,
would it surprise us?
It wouldn't surprise me, but B, it's true.
But B, where do we apply?
it's a sad state of affairs if it is true. That you've a team like a Man City, and they've to possibly give away free tickets and maybe a nice meal and a couple of drinks to somebody to get them to.
It sounded now like it was a bit more than that. Now, and I was kind of thinking, myself, yourself, and Dino at the Etihad next season singing Blue Moon if the envelope was good.
If the price is
right, they could get us on a transfer, could they?
I spoke to, on a very separate note, I spoke to a lovely taxi driver yesterday, and he told me that he said, everybody is refused to deliver things to the Russian embassy. And I just thought, they obviously haven't paid enough, because I deliver whatever he wanted to them if the money was right. I could see myself knocking on the door of the Russian embassy. Are you stuck for a few sausages, lads, or what's the crack? Because I can sort this out for you.
Tell you, there's a lot of lads get up on a Monday morning and they reach into their pocket and there's no paper there.
Tell you.
Yeah. Put a value on these things at times.
Absolutely.
Anyway, my Sunday accumulator, as we digress: Arsenal, Leicester, West Ham, and Man City, 7-1. Not a big price, but
it looks a solid bet, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of favourites in there, really. All favourites.
Solid bet, and that's the part that would get me interested in it.
Yeah. Do you want to give us your second one?
Yeah, let's. So our first one was 20-1. We're gonna raise the stakes, Niall. So I'll see your 20-1, and I'm gonna raise it. We have 35-1.
Okay.
This is an anytime goal scorer bet. I have 4 big names in here. 4 players that are playing pretty well at the minute.
I did one as well, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in mind. So it'll be interesting to see if we match any of them.
I would say we'll match at least 2.
Okay, let's see.
Gabriel Jesus.
No.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
No.
Luis Diaz.
No.
Kai Havertz.
Yeah. Kai's due a goal, isn't he?
Kai's due a goal. I think Diaz changed the game. Obviously, good night. Come on, the Liverpool game. Ronaldo's in. Fine Fetland had a great performance against Brentford. Not only did he get on the score sheet, and Gabriel Jesus, we know, has been terrific for Manchester City recently, and I expect that to continue on Sunday. Jesus, Ronaldo, Diaz, and Havertz, 35-1 anytime. That's a nice bet. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice bet. Yeah, not too bad at all.
No.
will I skip to my anytime goal scorer for comparison purposes?
Absolutely.
No problem. Sometimes I look at these anytime goal scorer bets, and do you know something? I'll give you Mark's one as well, because Mark, our resident referee, he did an anytime goal scorer as well, so I'll give his one as well for comparison. But sometimes when I look at them, I think about, who are the guys we talk about all the time on the show that we love and admire and stuff like that and all,
Yeah.
And sometimes that clouds my judgment, obviously, So I went in with 5. That gives you a lovely bet of 76 to 1, because it's obviously an extra one on yours, which is there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
So I started out with Brentford, Ivan Toney.
Yeah, okay. Home against Southampton.
Yeah. Then I matched you with Kai Havertz.
Right.
Then I went with the Egyptian King Mo Salah. Has to be due a goal.
Okay, yeah.
Due a goal. And if not, a penalty. Give us something. And then I went with a man that we really admire. Me and you had a debate on the Monday mashup about with one Saka, Jared Bowen. I think he could definitely pop one in against Norwich this weekend.
Absolutely.
And I went with a man who will have a lot to prove this weekend. Probably had a poor performance last night by his reckoning, Kevin De Bruyne.
I thought you were going to go Phil Foden.
No, yeah, Kevin De Bruyne. Well, I think Phil Foden was shocking last night as well, but I think Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, and at times, players like playing against certain teams. And I know from watching the previous Man City and Newcastle games, Kevin De Bruyne likes playing against Newcastle. He scored quite a number of goals against Newcastle. In the same way, Yaya Toure used to always show up against Newcastle. Kevin De Bruyne has taken over that mantle. I like that bet, Niall. I think that's a lovely bet. Yeah.
Now, my fear, obviously, is that which city shows up? Are we going to get the one that's going to have a backlash against Newcastle over last night? Are we going to have the one that shows up and feels sorry for itself and self-serving and all that?
I think what you've done there is clever, because I think no matter what city you get, Kevin De Bruyne is Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, he's always in and around it anyway.
Absolutely.
Plus he's always good for a free kick or something, yeah.
Yeah.
So we go, Mark, our resident referee, sent in his anytime goal scorer. He went with 4, returning 42 to 1.
Okay.
And he went with his thinking was kind of similar to mine, but not too far off. He went with Eriksen.
Yeah.
He went with Coutinho.
Yeah.
Which we spoke about on our Premier League preview, which is just released. And he went with Zaha of Palace, which is a good shout against Watford, I think. And he went with myself, Mo Salah. 42 to 1 for those.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
It's not bad, sure it's not.
No, it's definitely not. That's tidy, yeah.
Absolutely. He also sent in an anytime goal scorer for the championship, as Mark always does. It's last weekend of the championship.
This is my favourite time of the week, Niall. You give me the team, I'll give you the goal scorer.
Well, it's interesting. I'm gonna assume that it's the first team where he picked the player based on what he's put down here, right? So It's Huddersfield versus Bristol. So Huddersfield. Okay.
Huddersfield versus Bristol. So Huddersfield. So has he gone with Harry Toffolo?
No.
Sorba Thomas?
No.
Danny Ward?
Danny Ward, yeah.
Right.
Danny Ward. And then his next match is Forest versus Hull. And it's obviously Forest, I would assume.
Sam Surridge.
Spot on. And the last one you're definitely going to get, because you've been hitting the bar on this one for a few weeks now. Blackpool versus Peterborough. We know Mark this season has been a much bigger Blackpool fan than he has been a Man United fan, like most fellas who are fans of the championship. So Blackpool, obviously, who did he go with?
He went with Beasley.
No, you've been getting this right. When he went with the other guys, you've been guessing it right, and now you've switched it this time.
Yates.
Big Eddie off Coronation Street. Eddie Yates, yeah.
Yeah.
23 to 1 for the treble.
Sounds all right, yeah.
It's not bad.
Sounds all right. Absolutely, yeah. That's worth a couple of quid, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to drop your third one? Is your third one your favourite bet?
My third one is my biggest price bet.
Okay.
But I think, at 50 to 1, it's a tasty little bet. €20 would get you 4 figures. Wouldn't that be lovely?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it is my favourite bet. It's the result and any time to score bet. Okay, we're going for Brentford at home to Southampton. We are going for Leicester at home to Everton. And we are going for Manchester City at home at Newcastle. So it's Brentford, Leicester and City all to win and both teams to score. 50
both teams to score and result, yeah.
50-1.
Very good. I did 2 of these. I did one for Saturday and one for Sunday to hedge my bets.
Okay.
So the Sunday one you'll be interested in. So the Sunday one, both teams to score and result for the Sunday one. Arsenal against Leeds.
Okay.
Leicester versus Everton. And Man City versus Newcastle.
So you're only 1 out from what I have.
Yeah.
Okay.
40-1. That's a big price, isn't it?
Well, I'm with you on the thinking. It's very similar to mine. I've just swapped Brentford for Arsenal. And obviously I've got the little bit of a price boost out of it.
Yeah. Now my Saturday one, a lot of our viewers will be interested in because a $5 on this will return you 4 figures. This is 211-1. And this is again both teams to score and result. Brentford versus Southampton.
Okay.
Chelsea versus Wolves.
Okay.
Brighton versus United. Maybe. And Liverpool versus Tottenham.
Keep your $5, lads.
Only on the Brighton result, is it?
Brighton won't beat us. And we're not great.
Many a United fan has said that this season.
But Brighton won't beat us.
211-1 though has to be worth a $5, doesn't it? Has to be worth a risk.
Let's make that the charity bet this week, Niall.
Fair enough. That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
The $5
we'll
will
give it to the All Dogs Go to Heaven fund, and we're celebrating your birthday in the house today, Niall.
Okay.
Our doggy is 1 today.
Ah, very nice.
Big shout out to the Black Lab Roxy.
Yeah.
Who destroys our garden like nobody else can.
And I believe a few presents were purchased.
Presents for dogs. When did this come into my life, Niall?
The same as healthcare and VHI for dogs. It's all gone mad. Pet care.
You know, I don't know if any of the viewers know this. I'm probably going to take a little bit of a bump in the comments for this, but you know, my dog buys my kids' birthday cards.
Ah, sure they know. Shan't you a lover? Not a hater.
I don't know. I don't know when it got to this level. This is a level of shithousery like I never thought I'd get to.
Have they figured out yet? Is the dog writing the cards as well, or what's happening?
I don't know. I think we dipped the paws in ink or something. I'm not sure.
And just put the paw print on the card, is it?
Oh God.
Retail heaven, this guy. Retail heaven.
I walk into
stores. Goes out on a birthday.
There.
Oh, go ahead, go on.
I walk into shops and I'm wondering why they've got pictures of me up on the wall. I'm a retailer's dream.
If he walks in, show him the full range of everything. He'll take it all.
You know the thing that you go, what sort of gobshite is going to buy that? Hi.
Rolling into Tesco's asking them, so when are the selection boxes going out? He loves it.
Oh,
the only guy that smiles when he walks in for stuff 6 months in advance. Love it. Well, anyway, it's been a pleasure. This has been the Bookie Match Week 35. It'll be the end of Mark's championship bets, and in fairness, he's landed a few, so he's worth following. As always, the Upper Tier podcast out there on YouTube. Head over there, smash a subscribe and bell notification button.
Second best league in Europe ends this weekend. The championship.
True fact.
Fact.
If you want to contact the show, the Upper Tier podcast @gmail.com. If you are having a bet this weekend, get in the comments and let us know what your bet is. And if your bet comes in, we've got some tasty t-shirts, caps, mugs to give away. We'd love to give them all away. It's coming to the end of the season.
You're not getting my mug, only I have this one.
We save your mug for Spotify.
If your doggy is having a birthday this weekend, pop a picture of the dog in the birthday hat, and we'll send the dog out a mug.
Only if you've bought him a birthday card.
Yeah, absolutely.
And dipped his paw in ink.
Yeah.
Until next time, brother. A pleasure.
Thanks, pal.